This is Plastic Adventure.
Ready to rock. Hey everybody, it is Steve with the PATC. I am joined by Doug, and you are finding yourselves with us on another episode of Plastic Bits. And this time we're going to be doing a little bit of sharing. Been a little bit of time since we've connected since last time, but Doug and I are both grown-ups. We got a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully this won't be a boring episode because I got quite the smorgasbord. I feast or famine on this stuff. What about you, Doug? You got some cool stuff to show?
Oh yeah, I think the last 2 weeks have been pretty good for me. So I got some stuff to show off. Do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, I'll kick this off. Maybe I'm going to start with the smallest thing first, and then we'll work our way up because there's some really cool stuff that I happened upon.
Right on.
So, I mean, you know that I travel a couple of times for work over to Coeur d'Alene, and I got a couple of places I like to go. Entertain Mart. Usually there's cool stuff there. This time there was nothing but a way overpriced Keaton Flash Batman. They got a brand new case of the figures in. All of them were marked at like $24.99 except the Keaton Batman that they had marked at $50.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Those guys are hustlers over there. I also like to go to Through the Looking Glass. That's a nice little antique store that's over in Coeur d'Alene as well. Well, double skunked this time. Nothing interesting there. However, I did discover a new toy store in Spokane, and I decided to stop through there.
Ooh.
And they're called Never Enough Toys. They're kind of in like the downtownish Spokane area. Super cool guy. I'd never been in the store before. So find number one for me. It's so tiny. Let's see if you can see that.
Oh, it's one of the minifigs.
Yeah, micro figure Flint. I was really excited to get this one. I don't collect all of them, but
Right.
like I have Duke, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, Bats, Sergeant Slaughter. Really, really wanted to have a Flint. So
Nice.
that was a neat little find over there. I was happy to get it. It's
That's
just
cool.
gonna go in this weird little box where you'll never see it on my display. What do you got there? What was one of your cool finds?
I'll start off small too. So there is a new kind of a thrift store across the street from the Ragtime in Richland.
Right.
And this store has a lot of the stuff that you and I like. And I wasn't really expecting anything in there. I walked in with just like a couple of bucks in my pocket and was like, let's just see what goes on in this place. And sure enough, the moment you walk in, you see on like all the walls things that you're instantly hit with, and you're like, I've got to bring Steve back here. Steve needs to see this place. And so they had like a whole peg display of bagged action figures.
Oh, cool.
Like just a peg, just a wall of bagged action figures. And so I went through and I found some that I was interested in. Like I found this complete 1989 1990 Hawkman figure from Toy Biz.
Yeah. Hard to tell the difference between that and a superpowers, but
Yeah, the only difference I saw comparing the two is that the superpowers one has black around his eye.
Yeah,
But
Toy Biz knocked off the hell out of those superpowers figures.
But he's great. He's in like perfect condition. There's no paint wear, nothing. His wings are perfect.
Yeah, his accessory looked to be in good shape too. That's usually something that does not make it. They were not designed for longevity.
Well, this one $3.50.
Wow, cheap.
Yeah, and that was already out. It was like marked off as well, 40%.
Wow.
So then in that same one, I've always wanted a Spider-Man that was kind of in that Toy Biz line. So I found this guy, and he's got the ugly suction cups on his hands. But I don't know. There was something about him that I was like, I like him. I think he's kind of neat. So
yeah,
I
so Toy Biz actually started making some original molds for Marvel superheroes, and there was that Spider-Man with the suction cups.
Yep.
They also did it with Nightcrawler for X-Men.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, he came with his little spider web.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so yours is complete.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was I found those at that little it's kind of a thrift store, but it's not. It's like an antique. It is an antique store, but it's got all the stuff in there that we love. Like it had Transformers, it had GI Joes, it had Star Wars. It had everything.
Well, next time I'm through there, I'm going to have to take a peek.
Yeah.
I think the last time that I got down after this post managers meeting deal is really late. I didn't think I didn't get into town till like 6, so I think I probably missed them. But I will definitely take a look at those guys.
Yeah, next time you're in town, I got to show you what that looks like.
If I can beat some of the other guys to it, but I have a feeling that like Taylor and Bryson are probably already extremely aware of this.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Okay.
You want to go next again?
Sure.
What else you got?
This is also a little thing that came from Never Enough Toys. I got one in the box, but I don't have one loose. So I'd always wanted to just I don't got a lot of room for these G.I. Joe vehicles, so it's really, really like few and far between what I have, but I got a really good deal on this.
Oh,
Probably
and it has
one of the
its engine cover.
Yeah, one of the most hated original G.I. Joe vehicles at the time, but
hated what? The Triple T is awesome, man.
It's okay, like I remember when I was a kid, oh, it's only got a couple of guns and it looks kind of stupid, but no, it's in really good shape. I didn't notice the tow hitch was missing, but I got an extra Sergeant Slaughter that's gonna make his home on there, so I was really happy to get it. I got a super good deal on it.
I've always liked the Triple T. Maybe I was weird. I thought it was cool, especially in the movie.
Well, yeah,
he rolls
it didn't
up
last
to it
too long.
And what's his name? Falcon. He makes Falcon run with the ditty bags.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then it just gets completely pulverized as soon as they get back to like the Joe base on the mainland. Yeah. That by somebody doing like the la 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 la
Cobra la 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 la.
Yeah. It's okay though. It's all right.
I love that movie.
Sarge got his moment. What else you got there, sir?
Okay, so I found online I'm gonna start putting the Tonkanator together.
Oh, okay.
So I started finding these guys. I found somebody who's selling them for like really cheap individually.
Okay.
So instead of buying one all together, I'm like, hey, I can buy one of those every once in a while, and maybe I can get a complete Tonkanator. So online, it was an online find. And I'm always out looking for a deal, right? Like I'm like, ooh, if it's less than $10, that's a deal. If it's more than $10, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I love finding a deal like that. So yeah, so that one got me started. I'm starting to put him together.
All right. Well, the other alternative is getting the G2 version, which was bright yellow and purple.
Yeah.
So I think at least the Tonkanator one is going to be a little bit, more like construction equipment.
Well, I have a knockoff Devastator, and I like him. I think he's cool. But the individual robots don't transform very well.
No, they're not. They are not assembled with care, and there's a lot of mold degradation. On that figure.
And there's a lot of fused parts, like where arms should have been able to bend or hands should have been able to disappear. They don't disappear, right? They're just one single mold.
Oh, got it.
So if I can find more of these and put them together, they'll transform better and I think stick together better.
Okay.
I haven't even got to the big stuff yet.
No, me either. I'll try and speed this up a little bit. Let's go to like the next least exciting thing that I found. This was also Never Enough Toys.
Oh, the rubber Voltron.
Yeah. All the parts are rubber. He just like comes apart. There's a funny name for this thing. I don't remember what it's called. It's some like construction based name, but it's not like Build a Voltron or something. I'm only missing the little wings on the back.
Oh, you're missing his shield too.
Oh yeah. Actually, weird enough, I got it somewhere. It's in a parts bin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really cool. I again, super cheap when I bought it, so that'll look really good on the shelf.
Growing up, I think I had him maybe 4 different times.
4 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get that Panache Place Voltron, the $100 Voltron when we were kids. But certainly the weird rubber one with 2 paint apps, we got that.
Oh yeah, he was all over the place. All right, I'll move on to some of the bigger things. Well, I'll kind of highlight one of the things that you dropped off to me just real quick.
Oh yeah.
Already.
Weird find.
Lolf Dungren.
Dungren. Yeah.
Not quite Dolph. But that was cool. Thank you very much for dropping that one off. And
that was just some rando find up in Bellingham.
You also dropped this guy off, which was really nice of you to do that. I hadn't seen him in stores here yet. Funny enough, though, after you dropped him off, I went to Target. He was sitting there.
Yeah, was it on clearance there too?
No, it was not. But
okay, that was super cheap.
What was on clearance at Walmart?
Oh yeah, the Roton,
for $7.
Oh God,
marked down from 35.
Criminal just hearing about that.
Yeah, they were all. It was like 7 of them sitting there, all marked down to $7. It was pretty cool.
How weird is that, man? It just like in some markets, those things just didn't go, and there was an overabundance of them. Good for you.
Well, I was like, I like it, but I don't want to spend $35 on it. But I will spend $7 on it. That was a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So here's one that kind of broke my heart. I got it in the mail. I've been waiting for this guy.
Oh no, bent card.
Yeah, he's bent, and he's cracked. Like the card is cracked.
Yeah.
So the guy I bought it from was really nice. I told him that I received it cracked, and he's like, oh no, our shipper sometimes does this wrong. And he's like, that's completely our fault. And he gave me a refund. So
whoa, the whole thing?
Yeah, he gave me a refund and let me keep the figure. So
awesome.
It's still in mostly good enough condition. I can hang it on my wall, and it's good to have King Randor. I've never had him as a kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those hard ones to get a hold of. And there are small differences between this one and the original. Good enough for me, though. So, yeah, that was my master's part of my haul.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I can do this. I can speed up just a little bit here. Never Enough Toys, Biff Bang Pow, Flash Gordon.
That's the Super 7 ones, right?
Well, they look like Super 7. It's the same vein as Super 7, but these guys actually
he's got articulation.
Yeah, articulation. But the back, it's very Super 7-esque. I've been waiting for a good Flash Gordon that looked retro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I like the elbow articulation and the knees, but I like this one better than the Super 7. So I was happy to get that. That was another Never Enough Toys find.
So in our upcoming toy mail, there was some news about Flash Gordon from San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did. I saw them. We'll hit that.
Yeah, we will.
This was a Doug find for Steve. Very thankful to have that. Strangely enough, I actually did find this on the shelves, just one at like Target randomly, but
I was looking for a second one because I was like, ooh, they got one. That was the only one I could find, and I knew you were looking for them.
Yeah, it's almost like that wave just hit again, but I can't find hardly any of them. Like I saw that one Splinter hanging out at Target, and that was it. So super thankful that you were there to have my back and get that. Bird in the hand's worth 2 in the bush, in my opinion. And I mean, we're learning that lesson big time with some of these. Well, we'll get to that on the other episode. So
yeah,
got that. I like to stop by this antique mall outside of Ellensburg whenever I travel over to the east side of the state or to Coeur d'Alene. Everything's way overpriced, but you get in there sometimes and find some cool stuff.
Right on.
So I've been looking at these like the last year and a half and never bought them, but they were still there. These were $12 a piece.
Oh,
yes.
Did you get the Tick too?
I love the Tick.
Nice.
These are not the very first Tick figures. This is another series that had come out to, I think they released them at KB. The original Tick had this gimmick on his back where you pushed it down on his back, and he had a spring, and he jumped like some of the Hasbro wrestlers did.
Oh, okay.
But what I do like about him, these are classic characters. The Tick was way ahead of its time for superhero parody.
Yep.
And I can't remember ever laughing harder at a comic book than when I was reading the original Tick comics. They're just absolutely terrific. So I wish that I still had them. So
nice. Good find.
That was a good Ellensburg find. This was an eBay thing. And a good deal finally came up. I'd been watching this for a long time. And I finally got
Oh, your Mega
Super
GoBot.
GoBots. Yeah, Super GoBot Cykill. This one's in pretty good shape. He's complete.
Nice.
Got a little bit of paint wear, but I don't regret it for the price that I paid for him. And in this lot that I got, I actually got a second one too. I got a beater that came with it.
No way.
So he's not in as good a shape. His glass on his head's broken, a little bit loose in places.
He still looks good.
Displays well. So next time I make it down, if you want it, this one's got your name on it. The other one's mine, but I don't need two of them sitting on the shelf next to each other. But
no, that's cool. He'd look good next to my Super GoBots I got.
yeah, I want to say that these are big enough where you could probably actually play with Optimus Prime and Megatron if you wanted to. They made different improvements, like this one actually has this pack on his back and it's got the wheels.
Swivels around.
Yeah. And Leader one had a couple of other cool features too. So,
nice.
But God help me, I can't find one for cheap and I can't find one that's not broken. So
yeah, good
someday I'll reach out to some of our friends on other channels for that. I'm going to show you an obscure one, which probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but I've been watching these for a while and I had some Amazon points and they went on sale.
Ooh.
At the same time, there was Prime Days. It wasn't a Prime thing, but this is GS11. It's a knockoff Jetfire.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's based on that mold from the 1990 Bandai VF1S that came out, the one with the gold box that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
They come in a couple different models. Some of them are yellow and red, and some of them are yellow, some of them are red and black.
I didn't even know that was available.
Yeah. This is kind of what the toy looks like when he's
on the. Great.
Am I back?
You're back.
This thing just took a complete header.
I watched it dive.
I mean, it's Jetfire, right? But it's got that new head sculpt from the Bandai Valkyrie. Kind of interesting on the head lasers. You see how they're segmented?
Yeah.
Interesting toy. Finally got one for cheap. I might experiment a little bit and try and turn this.
You'll need to send me the link on where you got him from. I want one of those.
Yeah. It was not terribly expensive. There's no die cast on here, but for a knockoff, he's really solid. He's not like my other one that I swear to God's made out of eggshells. So that was kind of a cool one that I got.
He looks good.
I lied when I said I got skunked at Through the Looking Glass. I forgot I did find something super cool at Through the Looking Glass.
Oh.
It wasn't a traditional toy. Finally got one of these.
Nice.
Yep. In the box, I have instructions. I have both inserts. I have the warranty card.
Mm-hmm.
I have this other thing, which is just some other thing to buy more laser tag stuff. And the thing, I don't think this was ever even used.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's like brand new.
We'll have to.
My God.
I've got like 3 sets of them. We should bring yours next time. We'll have a laser tag fight.
Styrofoam smells so good. I had kind of wanted to add one of these to the collection for a while, and I ended up paying like $35 for it.
Yeah, you can find them pretty good. But good score on the box though. That's
oh
excellent.
yeah. I mean, I don't know that was ever like game worn ever used. So
very nice.
They had 2 of them. I picked the least faded box of the 2. You have anything left? Because I got one more.
I do got some things left. I'll jump into it and you can have the last bit of it. Okay, so I got I found this guy on the shelf finally.
Ah, yes.
Twin cast. So I like having him and Blaster next to each other. That was really cool. I finally found him on the shelf.
Oh, yeah, that's like Legends scale, right?
Yeah.
Like the small ones, yeah.
So now I got all 3 of the Seekers in that scale. And then you found me this guy.
Ah, yeah, yep. Those are just starting to hit the stores. Yeah, found that at Coeur d'Alene Walmart.
Very cool. Now I saw the pictures of Bombshell. right? So he's coming out next. So he looks pretty good. So it'd be cool to have all three of those finally. Okay, I'll move into my next one. So here I got some really cool ones. I got Torpedo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I love this one. This figure is beautiful. Very
Amazing.
beautiful.
Yep.
Absolutely marvelous figure. I got
That's
Copperhead.
another great figure, man. I mean, how did you make some obscure character like Copperhead badass? I don't know. They did it.
Well, and they kept all of the classic features of him, but updated him just slightly enough. But still, he looks just like the Copperhead, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Beautiful figure. Next one.
Rock and roll. Yep. Yeah, I love that update.
Yeah, that's probably the best version of rock and roll I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, you could have argued for getting a more classic, like totally green shirt, but this might be blasphemous to say, but I think that rock and roll looks way better than the original like green shirt rock and roll with nothing interesting going on.
Once we finally get all 13 of those original ones done, which I hope we will, he's going to look just fine. I mean, he's green enough that he'll blend in with the other green shirts.
Yeah,
I mean, rock and roll always kind of stood out anyway, right? So
he's got that classic look, but I love what they did with that shirt. And there's sort of this like panel lining stuff on the shirt that kind of looks really cool.
And last but not least, another one I've been really looking forward to.
Shipwreck, yes. Yep.
Very good. Very good. So I'm still on the hunt for Scrap Iron. I've not seen that one. But I know that they're starting to show up because people have gotten multiple ones of him.
Bazooka's out there too.
Yep, I haven't found Bazooka, so I'm still looking for him. And I don't know if was the Trouble Bubble only an online exclusive, or was that one ever going to hit shelves?
I do not know.
Yeah.
But that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, in our next segment, we're going to talk about some really cool G.I. Joe stuff, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we are. Yep. Okay, so do you want me to cap it off?
Go for it.
This was a total random deal. I was actually on Amazon looking for some other thing, and I just so happened upon this because it's been sort of an unnecessarily desperate struggle with scalpers and bots. So what I ended up finding.
You found one.
I did. And the best part of it is they had them on sale for $18.
Are they gone? I need to go out and
yes.
I need to get one.
Yeah. Now they could be restocking soon. I put it in my cart and then it said unavailable when I had it in my cart. Then I purchased it and then it said it'll ship sometime. So somebody must have canceled an order or something. This was not my first choice for Keaton Batman from the new movie. Obviously I want like an 89 Michael Keaton, and there's two ways to get that, and you can't have either. You can either have the Batmobile 2-pack, which I was grossly wrong about the price on. It was $79 for the Batmobile and Michael Keaton Batman. I didn't know that it was just so McFarlane, when they did the Batwing, their version of the Batwing was like $200. And it came with a figure. Their Batmobile is it's really scaled down. It's like the shell toy, plastic shell toy. It's got a few extra paint apps, but you get that coveted like Keaton 89 Batman. That thing sold out like in no seconds.
Oh my
God. Like you could immediately find it on eBay, people with 10 or 20 of them for sale. $79 toy, $129, $149.
I hate
as far as I know, that never went back up for sale. That was really frustrating that went so quick. Now I don't want to take the wind out of our San Diego Comic Con recap, the things that we liked about it, because that's coming. But I was actually trying to cruise around and find the Amazon 7-pack of Batman figures that came with Keaton Batman and Christian Bale, and even the stupid ones from like the Schumacher films of the 90s.
Right.
That was like 120, but you got 7 Batman figures. Also instantly sold out in seconds.
Of course.
They put more up for grabs, also instantly sold out in nothing seconds. So
there's got to be people out there who the scalpers have to have bots like ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was my consolation prize. I looked and I'm like, $18? No effing way. Uh and then it just magically fell in there. But I'll see if I can send you the link for it because they're supposed to restock again. But they're on clearance because they're getting rid of them.
Yep.
Um, unfortunately, the movie didn't do as well as anticipated. You've seen a lot of the product disappearing off of shelves already at Target. The only thing that they are not discounting is their $40 Batwing that comes with that figure.
Ah,
Now, I promise you, if I can get
$40 is
that,
not bad.
it's terrific if you want the Batwing that comes with it because it's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, I've been watching one at my local Target. There's a kid that stocks the department that I'm really good friends with, and I swear, in that when that thing hits clearance, I'll grab it. I'll get it for you.
Nice.
Uh,
Thank you.
in the interim, 40 is pretty steep to pay for, just to throw a figure away. So, or just to throw a vehicle away. But I got my eyes out. I'm gonna try and get you hooked up. He didn't come with a few of the gadgets that this one does, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's new movie Batman.
Yeah, I'm not too into it for the gadgets. I just want a 6-inch good looking Batman. Might even paint his belt yellow. I don't know. We'll see. But
Well, you can if you want. Can
is
if you
that
want.
all right? Is that all you had to share?
That's it, man.
We're done with share
That's
time.
all the
All
new
right.
stuff. I'm spent. I'm 100% depleted. There's nothing else coming. Like all my cool stuff showed up and it showed up early. So like it's all gone. I'll be able to do another one of these plastic bits sharing in like 10 years.
I do have some stuff coming from Comic-Con. As usual, my sister and my brother-in-law walked me around the vendor floor and picked up some pretty cool things for me. So when those get here in a few days, I'll be able to share those on our next Plastic Bits.
Yeah, we'll pick back up. I'm eager to see what your agents in the field were able to get for you.
Right on. But until then, I guess we're done.
That's it, folks. You got anything cool to share? This will hit the usual channels. Post it in the comments. Send us some pictures of your cool stuff. Best thing about the hobby is sharing the hobby with each other. So please engage.
Absolutely. And comment on if you liked us or not. We would like to see the ones where you do like us, but we'll also take the ones where you don't, right? I mean, because comments are great. So come visit Steve on Facebook in the Plastic Adventures toy community and me on Instagram for the Toyman 80s. And we'll see you guys in the toy aisle.